So our bedtime story tonight is being recorded very early in the morning, which makes for a different type of magic. But we're going to do another poetry edition. I know some of you really loved the poetry edition, and some of you were like, Racine, please don't do that again. But poetry is a really big deal for me, and I can't help myself. So I know this will be a video series only for some of you, but it brings me a lot of joy to share some of my favorite poems with you all. So we're going to do, it's interesting. I think the energy is starting to shift, at least for me, and become a little more about what I don't know, I guess what I want to share at this time with everything that's going on, and less about what's going to happen. So Melissa Broder's work felt kind of perfect for that this morning, and just the right amount. So it's the morning after the full supermoon in Libra, the pink moon, and Melissa Broder's works felt kind of just right for that type of slightly sexy irreverence. So I'm going to have a sip of tea with you guys. Okay. So we're going to read from Melissa Broder's Scarecrow book, and we're going to read Tender Black. Nobody bleeds white like I bleed white. Into a ditch the shadow of my blood bag is white. I want a darker aura, like I want it to be gorgeous. Pour out light, but pour shiny black. Nobody believes you when you say you are bad. I do not believe I am fully recovered. I can't get my footing, so I grab for a human. All the wrong animals, and I am wrong. I am wrong in a bomb and also on the crucifix. I am wrong in the penalty for light, which is knives. You must get a weapon or nobody sees you. Germs are promising they are my only sperm. Spit in a ditch and grow a new you. I promised myself there would be no fucking. Rats are doing it over and over. So you see, it is not my fault. Let the brain do what it wants. It will. Blankety blank blank and plenty of pigs. Cactuses I ate and then spit up. Carcasses of everyone we've ever been. My carcasses are rags, baby, plug me into castle. Fingers are for lots of things, but I only see one use. Everything has cracks in it, okay? Okay? I've never been a circle, but I want to fill it now. We'll do one more. Let's do one more. Let's see. I want it to be... Okay, here we go. Last skin. I am in the hotel of bodies temporarily. Love is millions of needles, but really none. Dark crow, cackle, cackle, the pyramids already fell. Leave my eye and join the light. Don't you know I craned my neck for saints outside? Don't you know I felt like crying? There were bats in my ribcage and I didn't even know. Behind them, my soul was snowing. So that's Melissa Broder's works. If you find that you really enjoy her poetry, excuse me. And I'm going to read from Robert Winter. So many of you guys know how much his work means to me, and I get very emotional when I read some of his poems especially. And I think he, because of his life experience, was able to access a level of the human condition that was very down into the bone. So we're going to read Night Landing tonight. I've read this before on the channel. This is one of my favorite poems by Robert Winter. Descent is over the sea, a black mirror of black sky, a dark grasp of nothing, the coastline amber with electricity. America burns all night. Road lights, ganglia of towns and shopping centers, from the tiny... Hold on, let me reread that. I'm going to start over. Let me start over. Descent is over the sea, a black mirror of black sky, a dark grasp of nothing, the coastline amber with electricity. America burns all night. Road lights, ganglia of towns and shopping centers, from the air tiny outposts of desire. The need to have comfort of nightlights, the need to have cars and intersections. I know I'm gliding down from light to intense like understanding darkness, seeing the sea's black star describe the word alone, The land's small fires spell hunger. And we'll do one more. February morning through my kitchen window. What can it tell me, this raw, unornamented back of an apartment house? An inward face with grime streaks struggling down. And what can it tell me? These rows of bathroom windows like the dripping of faucets, slow lights behind blind slats, bedrooms assenting to morning, and the complications of the rooftops, planes and angles irreducible as bone. What can it tell me? They tell me death is plentiful everywhere, that all there is wall, table, gas flame, bread, things and their stubborn purposes. So, that's Robert Winter. And then we'll do one from Sonia Will, because as you all know, or some of you may know, I recently purchased this deck, I'm in Workland, this book of poetry, and I'm so thankful I did, and I've really been getting a lot out of it. I think especially in conjunction on my spiritual path with the Maiden Mother and Crone. So, here we go. You know that I love to just open up to one, right? Okay. Well-wisher. With the cold, wet walls around me and the courage finally pulled from guts like an impossibly lodged burr, I drag my remaining fingers across the stone. I wish the sky would open up and swallow me whole and you partly. Fingernails flutter about, little angels, bereft of heart. Now that you've gone and I'm left lacking both your body and love, I myself held marble-like statue or marble-like meat. Fat and bone. The only thing tying me to anyone is borrowed books and the black clouds circle above like vultures. The rain whistles. A terrible tune. And we'll do one more by Sonia. We'll do Slow Boil. To brew a love potion is to kill yourself, but to poison is to breathe. This is how it starts, something that could exist, or at the very least was more likely to. To weep over, to weep under, to thread the needle with my weeping. And the cross I carve bisects skin where I fold, turns outward like a paper fortune teller. Something that could exist, or at the very least was more likely to. This is how it starts. You ask if it's a love potion, and I say, yes, something like that, in the sense that love and death are indistinct things, liquid bubbling down throat to still the limbs, slow the heart. I am wishing you all a beautiful evening and sending you much love and many blessings. See you in the next video.